Journey is an exceptional, site-specific exhibition by Rebecca Louise Law. We're so very fortunate to have this exhibition at the Cummer Museum. It blends together the three pillars of our mission: art, education, and gardens. So many people have been through so much in the last several months, but this exhibition is an opportunity to take a real respite, to take a moment, to take a breath, and to just think about the beauty and the bounty of nature.
I think as human beings, we need time to be in nature. And I think once you've given somebody a moment to have time in nature, then that's when the art does its job. So I went into the Cummer Museum, and at the beginning I thought I could bring people on a journey through loads and loads of spaces. And then I found out that we could move the partitions so that we would be one huge space. And I could see the installation immediately. I want it to feel like it's your life's journey. It also has my whole collection of flowers, which I've collected since the beginning. So it's the journey of my artwork too, entwined with our human journey. I think the village that I was brought up in was special. There was no through road. You only went into the village if you lived there. There was no purpose to it. You had the village and then the fens. So it was fields that went for miles and miles and miles. We basically had free rein. The land was ours. The vibe that we got from my parents was, this is what you've got and use it well. Enjoy it. Make something from it. And that was basically our childhood. My most happy times were always when I was on my own, in nature, making something. And I think I slowly found that that was where I had a voice. I feel privileged for what my parents gave me. And I feel like that's why I want to share it. We're provided from this earth a huge amount. The gift that we have of nature around us. And I just felt, especially when I was younger, we're not noticing it, we're not looking at it. We don't see any beauty in nature anymore. We're just striving. I felt like someone needs to just wake up, you know, look at the sky, look at the sea, look at that flower, look at that tree. Why isn't anyone doing it? Art when I was growing up was drawing a picture of a house. It was only when I got to university that suddenly my tutors were telling me that art could be anything. I felt like I'd hit the jackpot because I felt like every single thing that I love in life could actually be art and shared. I started experimenting with how to recreate what I experienced in nature for the viewer. So I started doing really detailed studies of flowers. I just felt like I wanted the viewer to be in that painting. And the studies, they just didn't do anything for me. They felt so flat. There was no physicality to it. And I wanted to force a viewer to have to do something, like to physically move with a piece which was about nature. The concept was there, and then I went back home from university, and next to our garden was this nursery garden, and half of the garden in the summer is just this whole canvas of dahlias. And my parents dried flowers in our attic, so I said to my parents, "Can you dry dahlias?" And my dad was like, "Well, whatever nutty idea you've got next, yeah, I'm sure it'll work, Beck." Took them all back in that September, made my first installation, which was just a simple square suspended above your head, and then dried as the viewer kind of came in and out of this space over the course of a few weeks. Bringing the outdoors indoors felt fulfilling. It felt like I could bring everything that I love about life and show it off to the world. My ambition with the artworks is to create a space where any viewer can not feel intimidated by nature, but want to experience it. I want the artworks to be approachable. I want people to be drawn in and actually enter. I don't want them to be observing, I want them to be participants. So the more that I learn about each installation, the more I suppose I learn how to manipulate the viewer to bring them into the art. And I've always seen this marrying of the human being with nature. And in that sense, I'm working out the psychology of human beings and where they feel at one with nature, or how they can feel at one with nature. Community for me is important because I've watched my parents share everything they know with anyone they've ever met. And it had a big impact on me, how valuable that was to share your gifts, how valuable it is to bring people together that would never have normally met. And if you have a way of connecting people, to use it. So I carried that with me from an early age, but I was only given the opportunity to connect people when my installations got bigger and bigger, and when we got the funding to be able to do that. The first really big community piece that we did was in New York. It felt like that was always how the work was meant to have been created. It was always meant to be shared. Connecting all these different groups together was like amazing. And then each person having some kind of ownership of it. It was really a beautiful thing. And I just felt like that's what art's meant to be, you know, bringing everyone together.
Really good. This exhibition came together because of the incredible fleet of volunteers that are here in Jacksonville, Florida. We had mothers and daughters, we had teachers and students, docents, staff members, people of all ages and backgrounds came together with the sole purpose of making sure that this exceptional exhibition came to fruition.
I use flowers as a sculptural material to communicate about our relationship as human beings with the earth. And when you walk into an installation, it's not about a decorative, pretty space. It's about this spiritual connection we have as human beings with the earth. Now that, you know, I'm probably halfway maximum through my life, I felt like there's this real need to look at cycles of our human journey and create an installation which is about movement. So the journey is about moving through the art and experiencing nature change. I want to take this life seriously and hopefully open up humanity's eyes as to the gift that we have of nature around us. And that includes us as human beings.